to start recording the stream before I started the stream. So I'll start recording now, and we'll see how this VOD works out. Because we're not partnered on Twitch yet, so we don't get automatic VODs. So apologies for anyone catching the VOD on YouTube right now as they missed the beginning. We're opening up Strike, the dice game, Harry Potter edition, with its 26 dice, arena, foam arena mat, and rule book. There, that was a nice catch up. This is nice. I like this. It's got it doesn't feel cheap or anything. Does it come out? It does. Sort of. Okay. So you don't have to keep it in the box, but I feel like you might as well, right? So let's dump that back out in there. Get in there. There you go. So yeah, pretty simple. 26 dice, an arena. We'll check out the dice right now. The biggest thing that ever made me fall in love with any board games, any tabletop stuff, is dice. I love rolling giant handfuls of dice, so this should be really enjoyable to dump this out. So I'm going to stop talking. We're going to listen. It's not bad. That's not bad. Got that nice clickety clack of dice. Let's see. When we looked at Wasteland Warfare yesterday, I said the dice felt light. They didn't feel like the best quality. These ones feel pretty good. They're definitely, they've got the rounded corners. Change my camera here. It's got the rounded corners, so obviously they're going to roll a little bit different than like a Chessex D6. But that's not bad. That feels like good quality. I'm happy with that. So let's see. We've got a bunch of different symbols. So the symbols in the book. Let's see. Oh, yes. Here we go. All right. Immobilis. Just little fairy guys. How do you say that? Relatio. Little chain, breaking chain. Accio, which is a little hand with a ball floating in it. Wingardium Leviosa with the feather. Confundo with the little swirl. Looks good. And then the X's, I believe, just mean it doesn't work. So let's take a look. Let's see if we can teach ourselves in 10 minutes how to play this game. Place the box with the arena in the middle of the table. Place the foam mat in the bottom of the arena. Already done. Thanks, box. Each player receives a number of dice depending on the number of players. See the table on the next page. If you've got 2 to 5 players, according to this. So 2 wizards, 8 dice. Sorry, witches and wizards. 2, 8 dice, 3, 7 dice, 4, 6 dice, and 5 dice. Makes sense. After all the players have taken their dice, roll one of the extra dice in the arena. If you roll an X, re-roll it, or pick another dice side as a result. Set any extra dice aside. These will not be used for this game. So let's set up a 2-player game real quick. And we'll use the lid as our spare dice spot. So we need 8 per player. I hope everyone's having a good day already. We've got a plumbing problem at home, but it's contained for the moment. But we do have plumbers on the way here soon. Let's take a look here. After all players, roll one of the extra dice. Okay, so we're rolling the extra dice. It is Accio. Set any extra dice aside. We did that. Okay, so that's the setup. Each player gets their chunk o' dice according to how many are playing, and then we roll the extra one for its first thing, and then we go. Playing the game. Take turns beginning with the oldest player and continuing clockwise. The game ends when only one player has dice. That player is the champion. On your turn, you must roll 1 die in the arena. It is up to you whether you drop it cautiously or throw it in with reckless abandon. You may strike other dice in the arena with your roll. Man, I'd hope so. The game is called Strike. I'm kidding. Warning, dice that miss the arena or are bounced or knocked out are immediately removed from the game. After each roll, check the arena for Then we get X's. Remove any dice showing an X from the game. These will not be used again. After removing these dice, check for matching symbols. If you have matching symbols, you've cast a spell. Follow the spell effects as listed below. If there are multiple matching sets, carry out spells and effects in the order listed below, following the rules for each spell. So I can already tell that, oh, I guess I should point this out real quick. The rules for this game are 3 pages. The rest of this book is different languages. Okay, so it's got a big chunky book, but it's literally only 3 pages per language. All right, but I can already tell something that would be super useful for this game, and I will have to look and see if it's a thing already, but a cheat sheet of what the spells do definitely would be helpful. So we'll have to look at that. But I can already tell this is a pretty quick, fun game. If I remember correctly, I just threw all the dice on the floor because why not? Yes, 15-minute games is what it is. I can't believe I just threw all the dice on the floor. I need more caffeine this morning. I can already tell. It's going to be a fun day. So I will roll a dice as player 1. And, you know, I'm going to try not to hit the other dice. Oh, I got an X. Automatically removes the dice. Okay. So let's go to player 2. Okay, perfect. Wow, I couldn't have planned that better. We've got matching symbols for Accio. If an Accio match is made, the active player collects the matching dice and may also collect 1 additional die. So I guess we do this. And then I'm going to have to pick up the dice that are on the floor. This is the content you all came to watch, right? Some random dude in Wisconsin picking up dice off the floor. Like a Schlemiel. Oh, and hi, folks. We're not quite open yet. All right. And the joys of streaming from the shop right before open, people coming to the door trying to get in. It happens. Where was I? An extra die for player 2. So now here's my question. If we did that, and there's nothing in the arena, do we roll a new one? If you have made a match, remove your matched dice except for matched immobilist dice. Interesting. Your turn is over. Now it's the next player's turn. If there are no matches, all dice show different symbols. You may either end your turn or risk throwing another die into the arena. After each throw, you must follow the steps above, check for X's, still no matches. Keep trying until you make a match or you run out of dice. If it is your turn and there are no dice left in the arena, then your wand has been knocked from your hand. Expelliarmus. I probably said that wrong. You must throw all your remaining dice into the arena and follow the instructions above to check for matches. Oh my goodness. That's a lot. Okay. So, there's nothing left in here. Player 2 took everything, which means we've got to go ahead and drop everything in. Yikes. Wow, so this game can change drastically in a heartbeat. Player 2 was winning. Now player 2 is losing. We got, let's see, 1 match. Relatio. I'm gonna butcher this. This is not good. If this match is made, all wizards must immediately and simultaneously throw a die into the arena before matching dice are collected. Any spell matches made by this throw do not take effect. The active wizard collects all matching symbols. Okay. Got it. So, this player 2 already threw all their stuff in. Oh, there's tournament rules in here too, by the way. Interesting. So yeah, I guess player 1 just rolls 1. And then player 2, who is in control, takes that. And then we also matched on Wingardium Leviosa. If that match is made, collect the matching dice. If there are any dice left in the arena, stack them to make one tall tower. Only the top die of any stacked tower counts as a match if any dice are still stacked after a throw. Wow, okay. So we stack the dice. I assume you can put the tower wherever you want. It doesn't say anything about that. And then it's back to player one. So if they throw and match the top one, it counts, or you can throw and try and break the tower. I'm going to do that because that sounds fun. Nice. And I got Wingardium Leviosa again, but there isn't another die to stack. So they just take that. Next player goes. Got Accio. Collects the matching dice. May also collect one additional dice, but again, we have to throw everything. I don't think that counts. I think this has to be removed. That one has to be removed, and then we get that and this, and then we do this. Okay. No matches. Go again. Made a match. Okay, Confundo. If Confundo match is made, collect the matching dice, then reverse the play order. If you're taking turns in clockwise, go counterclockwise. That's about it. Okay. So that doesn't really matter in a two-player game. But yeah, I feel like that's a pretty good explanation of this game. And I feel like this is a really simple but fun game already. Like this, all you're doing is rolling dice. It's super easy. And I'm going to take this batch of dice out so I don't throw them all over the floor again. It says ages 8 and up. I feel like my 5-year-old daughter could understand this game. I could explain it to her and she'd be able to play. I think that's not being generous enough in the ages here. 2 to 5 players, and each game takes about 15 minutes according to the box. So I think that's pretty darn cool. We're going to throw our dice in here. I'll count later to make sure I actually picked up all 26 dice. But we will go ahead and do that. And I'm going to add this one to the shop's library of games here. We are going to offer basically game rentals here in the shop. $5 an hour for any game that we have as part of the shop's library of games. So not the games on the shelves, but anything that basically I've unboxed or anything else, right? So as we continue to do these streams, we'll have more and more things unboxed, and we'll have more in our library. So Strike, the dice game, Harry Potter edition from Ravensburger. Pretty cool. I'm going to try not to shake the entire box of dice right next to the mic again. Good stuff. I like it. That's fun. What else do we have today? Oh, let's see. Oh, next week, at some point, maybe Monday or Tuesday, I will sit down and do a painting stream. I guess I can bring this closer to the camera there. Come on. I don't know why that's not focusing. I've got some Reaper Bones minis. We got a whole brand new display rack in full of Reaper Bones miniatures. And I'll be painting this guy next week because he kind of looks like our logo, you know? Charging Buck, a good game to get for beginner of the co-op genre would be Horrified. It's a great game. I don't quite understand Charging Buck. Strike would be a good co-op game for the beginning co-op person? Gotta love a Twitch delay. Well, I don't quite... Oh, here we go. No, there is a game called Horrified. Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. So there is a game called Horrified that came out within the last year or two that is a great intro to the cooperative board game genre. Cool. I'm going to write that down and take a look at it because I don't think I've heard of that one. So I want to take a look and see what it looks like. Does it play like Mansions of Madness, where like there's something that controls the bad guys for you, either like AI cards or a companion app, and then all you the players have to do is just focus on the co-op part of it? Is that one of its features? That guy back up there. While Charging Buck is answering here, I'll throw a couple other things up on the screen here that I wanted to look at soon enough. Ooh, some big ones behind me. Ooh, and now I'm dropping things. It's all based on the universal monsters like Creature from the Black Lagoon, Dracula, Frankenstein, etc. And they each have unique ways you need to defeat them as a group. Oh my god, so it's like Monster Squad, the board game? That sounds amazing. I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't know. I don't know if anybody remembers that movie, Monster Squad. Famous for the line, Wolfman's got nards. I'm definitely gonna have to take a look at that. Rock Paper Wizard, pretty awesome card game that we have here in the shop. I'll pop this open all the way here at some point, probably next week. You basically play rock paper scissors, but D&D style, where you have to make hand movements to match the cards for your spells. There are 3 different tile colors, and you collect them from different locations, and you use those colored tiles in different ways to do different things on the monster sheets to defeat them. That sounds really awesome, dude. I'm definitely going to take a peek at that because that sounds like a really cool game. I like the idea of that. I'm going to show off a couple more things here before we close out the stream today. We have Marvel's version of Villainous. Villainous is a game made by Disney where you get to play as the bad guys and do dastardly, despicable things in order to win. But there's a Marvel version of it where you get to play as Thanos, Hela, Ultron, Killmonger, or Taskmaster, which I think is pretty cool. And then we also have these 2 are ones that I'm really interested in getting into for 2 completely different reasons. One is Pacific Rim Extinction, the miniatures game. The minis are pre-painted, which makes me sad because I'd really like to paint a Jaeger. I think that'd just be fun. But I want to see what the gameplay is like because it's got a ton of stuff. I mean, this is the list of contents down here. It goes on for a city block, right? So I'm very interested to take a closer look at that and see what we get out of that one. And then from Steamforge Games, they've got rid of their Guild Ball miniatures game, which was basically you played soccer, but you hit each other. It was very cool, though. They had some really interesting character designs and backgrounds. Each team had a mascot who would actually play the game with the team. It was pretty cool. But their new stuff that they've put out now is called God Tier. Thank you, Light, for going right on the... Gotta block that light. Where is that? It's up here. I can't block it. There we go. But God Tier, and this is the starter set for this. Starter set for this is $50. It's a really well-priced game. You get a ton of stuff for $50. You get 2 commanders, 2 banners, a bunch of grunts, the game board, all the cards, some dice. It was really good. Steamforge makes such beautiful, beautiful miniatures. But there's 2 versions of this starter set. There's the Eternal Glade starter set, and then there's one called the Borderlands starter set. And they come with 2 different armies each. But very, very cool setup on this. I want to get into this further, and also I'm really looking forward to painting this crazy Lich Queen in here. I really want to do that. And I get to try out some airbrush techniques on these guys because I think the crystal guys I could airbrush really easily, and that would give me a good intro to airbrush stuff. Charging Buck, I did see your question there. I apologize I haven't answered yet. What is your current favorite board game? That is such a hard question for me to answer. I get asked it a lot here already at the shop. We've only been open for like a week and a half, and I get asked that question at least 3 times a day already. Um, it's it depends on the genre. So like I love any game that you get to roll a bunch of dice. I really love. So Strike is definitely a cool one for me because it's all that that game is. Um, but when it comes to board games, it's either something that I can sit down and play with our 5-year-old daughter, or that I get to play cooperatively with my wife. So those would be like Ticket to Ride, My First Journey, which our daughter absolutely loves, or Mansions of Madness, which is one that my wife and I will bust out whenever we have a free bit of time together. We'll drop Mansions of Madness on the table and go ahead and play that. And our daughter actually likes rolling the dice for us in Mansions of Madness. So it's interesting. So it's like there's a lot of stuff on the board here that a 5-year-old we don't really think a 5-year-old should be thinking about. But at the same time, she just likes to roll dice. Mansions of Madness definitely top 3 for me. Yeah, it's just such a good game. The whole Arkham Horror's Files series of games. So Arkham Horror, Eldritch Horror, Mansions of Madness. I think Betrayal on House of the Hill is part of that. There's got to be a couple more in that series. Those games are all so well made, and they really think about the mechanics of them and everything else. Will you be carrying the Arkham Horror LCG packs as they are released? Definitely something I want to look into. I'm not going to lie. I'm running out of room in the display case up front here for TCG, LCG, CCG stuff. But I will definitely try and keep up on it, and if that's something that you guys are interested in, absolutely we'll carry it. I might ask you to teach me how to play some part of it, just so I have a better understanding of it, and I know I can then kind of take a look on the back end of things and make sure we're carrying the stuff that is going to be like the best product for you. Because we got to keep up on all these different releases, right? Like there's Theros, Kaldheim, and Ravnica for Magic the Gathering. I think Kaldheim's the newest one until Strixhaven comes out April 23rd. But like I have to keep all those names in my head to make sure I'm not ordering stuff that's really old, that's not going to do you guys any good if you're trying to play competitively, or if you're trying to trade competitively with current markets and stuff like that. So we're really trying to make sure we stay up to date on everything, which is really hard. And at some point, I'm basically just going to have like a giant book of all the rules, like this thick, of like, here's all the rules for the games, here's the stuff you need to start, here's the stuff you need to play competitively, like all that stuff. So I could bring in my collection at some point. I saw you had the starter set for Arkham Horror LCG. Yes, we do. And that is good, but you will run out of content quick if someone really likes it. That's really good to know, Charging Buck. I appreciate that. And yeah, bring in some part of your collection. Show me how to play. I love learning a new game. It kind of goes back to your previous question about favorite board games. If you show me something new, it might become one of my favorites. I like trying new games all the time, which makes running a board game shop kind of one of the best things in the world, because you get a chance to check out new stuff constantly, and see if there's if there's a good amount of stuff that you can show other people and say like, hey, I liked this. This is the reason I liked it. You might like it for the same reason, right? So yeah, definitely feel free to bring in any collection you have of that and show me how to play, and we'll go from there. Okay. So, just a reminder, we are open today in about 9 minutes here, even though it's super, super drizzly out. And as well as Saturday and Sunday, we're open Wednesday through Sunday, 11 to 7 here at 200 Watson in Main Street, Ripon, Wisconsin. And as of last night, we have launched our online store, and we are able to do local delivery up to 40 miles from the store. We'll do local delivery. And just so it's very clear, I'm the guy that does local delivery, which is why it's only 40 miles, because I have to pack it up and get it to you before I then come in here and open the store most days. So, if you do start spreading the word about local delivery for us, please let people know. It's not like ordering a pizza. It might not be till the next day that it shows up, right? And I think the website says that, but just wanted to get it out there and said out loud. But everything we have in the store is available on our website. So if you're thinking, oh, I've got some time, I can run down there, but maybe they don't have what I'm looking for, go to our website, alexandriagames.com. There's a link there for the shop.alexandriagames.com. Do a quick search in there, and if you see it, awesome. You can give me a call, and I'll hold it at the counter for you. Or if you want to just come on down and grab it. But everything that's in the store is on the online store as well. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up my streaming mess here. Make sure I got all 26 of those dice that I sent flying across the floor here. And I hope to see you guys soon. Have a great day, guys.
Let's just say our last goodbye. For now you can lay down for a while and cry on my shoulder, so you can find someone but me to hold you dear.